It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Kyle Benedict as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict. Today we're talking about the Arizona Rangers, specifically the Verde Valley Company. And here, captain of the Verde Valley Company, Arizona Rangers, is Gary Jordan, as well as a sergeant with the Cottonwood Police Department, Monica Colt, here to talk about Shop with the Cop and some of the relationships that really the Arizona Rangers and their relationship with local law enforcement. We're going to touch on that as well, and then their involvement with Shop with the Cop. So all that stuff we're going to try and cover here. First off, Gary, thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
When we're talking about the Arizona Rangers, a rich history here in the state, and when we talk about that history, can you kind of take me back to when the Rangers were first formed and why were they formed?
Okay, well, thank you, Kyle. Mm-hmm. The Arizona Rangers were formed in the late 1800s, and then formally in 1901, the Arizona Territorial Rangers were enacted by the territorial legislature to clean up the territory so that we could become a state. The pressure was on from Washington that if we wanted to become a state, we had to get a control on crime. So the legislation created the Arizona Territorial Rangers to do that, and over the time, it became an authorized strength of 26 men, and it was basically an enlistment. It wasn't actually a law enforcement. It was more of a paramilitary organization, as we would call it today. And they were broken down into companies excuse me, throughout the state, and they would go out and clean them up. The big brothers, the Texas Rangers, get all the stories about, they'll put the dead criminal over the horseback and walk for 14 days to get him to the jail. And the Arizona Rangers actually did that also. Yes, and the 26 men were actually very successful, and in 1912 became the state of Arizona. The politicians had some trepidation with the Arizona Rangers and how powerful they were and how effective they were, and they disbanded them in 1913, I believe it was. I don't know whether they feared getting arrested by them or what.
I was going to ask, I wonder why.
Sounds very similar to what's going on in Washington today. But so anyhow, they were disbanded and went away. And then in 1957, 3 or 4 of the original Territorial Rangers petitioned the governor and the legislature to bring back the Arizona Rangers. Excuse me, the new Arizona Rangers, as it's called. And they passed a statute authorizing the creation of the Arizona Rangers. The Arizona Rangers in its current form is a 501c3 charitable organization recognized by the IRS, so any donations or anything are tax deductible. But we were created to become a statewide, uniformed, armed law enforcement auxiliary, subject to enactment by the governor and at the request of any federal, state, or local law enforcement officer. Official, actually, is what it reads. And so with our with our 19 companies throughout the state, we provide a variety of services right now. In the Verde Valley Company, we work closely with Cottonwood Police Department, with Sedona Police Department, Clarkdale Police Department, Jerome and Jerome Police Department.
Yeah, I mean, on the website, there's a ton of, I mean, you guys do a lot of things, and the website for just the Arizona Rangers, azrangers.us, a lot of great information on there, and reading the history. I mean, back then when they were first formed, it seemed like the members of that company were, I mean, expert marksmen. They were on horseback. I mean, really, they were cream of the crop, it sounded like, reading that the history page on the website. And then now you guys are, it's a volunteer organization, as you mentioned, but you guys do so much in the community, assisting local law enforcement. We'll get into that with Monica here from the Cottonwood Police Department. But that's a lot of stuff that you guys do. Now, how long have you been with the Arizona Rangers?
I've been with the Arizona Rangers almost 4 years.
Okay.
It'll be 4 years next month since I formally got involved.
And now when we're talking about Shop with a Cop, and you guys are, that's one of the reasons you guys are here today, is to talk about that partnership. Monica, when with Shop with a Cop, when is that, and what exactly is it?
It's typically the second Saturday in December.
Okay.
And it's a program that we put together. It's a nationwide program, but it's something that we created or started doing in the Verde Valley in 2003. And we look for kids that are less fortunate or have experienced a tragedy, or and take them shopping to do a little one-on-one positive interaction and kind of bridge that gap. And it's a very rewarding program for not only the kids involved, but the officer participate as well.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine so. You guys are taking, I mean, these are less fortunate kids. Is that kind of who participates in this?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, it has to, just seeing them going through the store with over $100, or how much do they get? $100?
$150.
Okay.
And we'd love to increase that someday as we're able to increase our fundraising. But $150 that they get to take shopping, you know, to spend on them however they choose to, and oftentimes, more times than not, they choose to spend it on family members rather than themselves. So it's really neat to see that they're very kind-hearted. They have less than others maybe, but yet they still are very genuine and giving. Oh,
that's got to be great to see. And so they're paired out, a child with a cop, right?
Yes.
An officer, and then do they ride in the patrol car?
They do.
Oh,
yes,
man, that must be cool.
We meet up for breakfast at the Cottonwood Police Department, and we'll get usually Pepe's or Randall's, or someone will donate the breakfast for us, and then we take the kids to the airport where Santa flies in. We get to spend a little bit of time with Santa there and take some pictures by the helicopter, look at the helicopter. Then we head out to Walmart Lights and Sirens, and that's really kind of the exciting part for the kids, I think, and for the officers. But then once we get to Walmart, it's kind of a free-for-all in a sense. They go and, you know, start shopping, and the officers, we try and pair them up with, you know, if it's between the age group of 7 to 12, but we've taken younger and we've taken older, and we try and pair them up with what's appropriate, and then take them, you know, it's a female officer with an older girl if she wants to go clothes shopping, so it's not awkward for either one of them. So,
and so is it an application process, or is it sign up? How does that work?
It's an application process, and typically what we do is we take that to the school districts and to some of the after-school programs and nurses, school resource officers. We usually produce the application or come out with it in the latter part of October, beginning of November, and then we always receive more than, unfortunately, than we can take. And so we have a committee where we sit down and we go through and try and figure out, of those kids, who would benefit the most from this. And that's when we make a decision. We typically take between 30 to 35 kids.
Okay. Oh, wow. Great. Okay, well, when we come back from our first break, we'll talk about the Arizona Rangers' role in a Shop with a Cop and the great things that they do there. And then we'll also talk more about that relationship between the Arizona Rangers and local law enforcement. For more information, you can email the Arizona Rangers with any questions you may have, info@vvrangers.org. And then again, their website, azrangers.us. This is Countywide. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict. Today we're talking with the Arizona Rangers, their Verde Valley company specifically, and talking about Shop with the Cop. And here, before our break, we were talking with a sergeant with the Cottonwood Police Department, Monica Colt. And here from the Arizona Rangers is Gary Jordan. He's the captain of the Verde Valley Company, Arizona Rangers. Monica gave us, Gary, a good rundown on Shop with the Cop and what that is. What is the Arizona Rangers' role in that?
Well, Kyle, we've been involved, Monica and I figured out, I believe about 4 years, the Verde Valley Company has been involved with Shop with a Cop. One of the 3 missions of the Arizona Rangers is youth development. And so developing that relationship, which is so important, is now a nationwide issue. You know, here we've been doing it locally for a long time. And so we participate as fully as we can. We've done everything from provide the serving and cleanup staff for the breakfast to driving the cars with the lights and sirens, and then financially we've tried to help out. I don't remember what we've done specifically prior to last year, but last year we gave a cash donation of $2,000 from the Verde Valley Company to the Verde Valley Shop with a Cop. And we hope to continue that relationship and help expand the program and make it better. Excuse me. However we can, you know, financially, whatever. We had one of our Rangers sit on the selection committee for the kids. We had Rangers participate in all aspects of it so far. So.
And now, what about the raffle you guys have coming up?
Well,
about that.
This year
Cool thing
we decided that we wanted to provide an opportunity for a little better funding for the program. And a couple years ago, we'd come out and we went to a manufacturer and had an Arizona Ranger commemorative patrol carbine built for us. It's a very high-speed, high quality M4 based carbine, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's a fully legal semi-automatic carbine, well made, and we were able to get hold of serial number 001 of 100, which makes it a very collectible piece.
Now, do people to buy tickets or participate in this raffle, do they contact you?
They can contact us,
Okay.
and there's a the website down there. There's another email address.
Okay. And you can also link to that through azrangers.us, correct?
Well, you go to the Verde Valley Company, but that info
Okay.
at the email address is a better way to do that. We intend to be present at various local events. We actually, our first time, we had a table set up in Clarkdale for one of their block parties last month, and we'll be there again this month. And this coming Friday and Saturday for the National Day of the Cowboy in Uptown Sedona. We'll have a table with the Ranger there with tickets available there also. We've got some local merchants that are involved with it. It's really just starting off. In fact, Monica's just getting her tickets today to sell. So
and the drawing is taking place November 25th, right?
Black Friday
Okay.
at high noon at the Cottonwood. Okay.
There you go. High noon, Black Friday, November 25th at the Cottonwood Police Department. Tickets, $20. And then again, Ranger Carbine at vvranger.org is the email. Or you can contact the Verde Valley Company for more information. You can go through the azrangers.us website. Or again, you can also email. This might be the best way to maybe get a hold of you.
Correct.
Email info@vvrangers.org, all of that stuff. And I'm sure if you have a question on how to participate in this, they'll be able to direct.
Correct. Yeah.
Right, okay.
It will be sold through a federal firearm. It will be transferred through a federal firearms license holder. So there will be a background check, and they must be 21 to.
Great. And 100% of those proceeds.
They do not have to. Correct. And they don't have to be present to win.
Okay.
And 100%, every nickel of it.
Everything goes towards Shop with the Cop. Great. So now when we're talking about, this is one example of that relationship between the Arizona Rangers and other law enforcement agencies in the state. What are some other examples of that?
Well, out of our 18 companies throughout the state right now, we've got almost 400 Arizona Rangers. We have companies do a variety of things. In the Verde Valley Company, I think we have a great working relationship with Cottonwood Police Department, Sedona Police Department, Clarkdale, and Jerome. We routinely take part in assisting with activities throughout Cottonwood. We had people at the 4th of July celebration helping out with that and even directing traffic. We always participate in the National Night Out for crime prevention. We'll be at the Thunder Valley Rally coming up in September. And those are the things.
Okay. And can you, from your standpoint, Monica, what's that relationship like?
Oh, it's been great. I mentioned too that they helped out with Teen Maze this year too, which was great. And I've had a great working relationship with them, and they're always open to whatever help we need, and they're willing to provide any assistance we need. And so it's sometimes when there's big events, we're a smaller community, their services are invaluable. And we really, really appreciate. They had a tough job at 4th of July, I think, right there with the traffic control when everybody's leaving all at once. But they were instrumental in getting that going and flowing and helping us out. So
yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sure it helps everything that you guys do run a little bit more smoothly when you know you have, especially the fact that it's volunteers and it's people who want to be out there doing that and helping out in the community. And you mentioned the presence that you guys have in the community is just in youth development and all that. It's all just amazing. So that's great. Again, for more information, you can email here. I'll give you the Rangers email for info@vvrangers.org, info@vvrangers.org. You can also visit azrangers.us, and then I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you right now, but Ranger Carbine at vvrangers.org is how to participate in this raffle. But any of those, that contact information, if you have questions, they'll be able to help you out. So we're going to take a quick break. This is Countywide. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now. So 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Hi, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to Countywide. Just a couple minutes left in the program. We're talking with the Arizona Rangers captain of the Verde Valley Company, Arizona Rangers, Gary Jordan, and sergeant with the Cottonwood Police Department, Monica Colt. Talking about Shop with the Cop, they have they're raffling off a rifle, and that drawing will take place November 25th. Tickets will be distributed to police departments and agencies throughout the Verde Valley. So if you're interested in participating in the raffle, contact your local police agency and see if they have the tickets. And again, for more information, you can visit all that contact information. Real quick, Gary, volunteers. You guys run on volunteers. Do you need any?
We always need volunteers. Okay. There's no requirement. We have a lot of prior military, prior law enforcement, but people who are 21 years of age have an Arizona concealed weapons permit. That is a requirement. Okay. And who are willing to undergo a background check and to go through our Arizona Ranger Training Academy, which is a 2-day, pretty intensive training session.
What's the time commitment?
We expect 8 hours a month. They also have to be at least a 6-month resident of the state of Arizona. That's
I guess that's pretty important. Huh?
Yeah,
okay.
And have to be 21.
Perfect. Yes. Alrighty, we're already out of time. So again, for an email for the Rangers, info@vvrangers.org. You can email them with any questions you may have. The official website for the Arizona Rangers, azrangers.us. And then for the raffle, the Ranger Carbine at vvranger.org. So a lot of outlets there for information, but I want to thank you both for coming here today, and hopefully everything goes great with Shop with a Cop, and thank you for everything you guys do.
Thanks.
Welcome. Thank you, Cal. Thank you.
That's going to do it for today's Countywide. We'll see you next time.